sometimes being able to see through a lot of things that's going on in life and being able to see through the things that's going on in your own life, it could get kind of scary and it could feel kind of lonely. Now, I finally got a day off of work, which was definitely well needed. And when I start to see like how the system is designed, number one, the system is designed to take your energy, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. It's designed that way. My boy Nismo. Look, Nismo. So, let's just say for instance, right? Whether you entrepreneur or you work a W-2 job, the job is taking so much of your time, right? Time is your number one asset. So the job is taking so much of your time, you can't get back that time. And they give you a hourly wage. So let's just say you make, like myself, right? I make $19.33 an hour. Hopefully we get in the raise, X, Y, and Z. On the subconscious level, that's what they want you to feel like you're worth. You're only worth this amount of money. So now when you get your check, you feel as if, like, I just did all of that work for this amount of money, and majority of your check goes towards your bills. That's why a lot of people create online businesses, because there's no cap to the amount of money that you can make with an online business, right? And then you start to also see through the programming that a lot of us has been through. So a lot of our parents grew up on the programming of money is the root of all evil. Money won't make you happy. You gotta go to college and get a degree and do this and do that and whatever, right? Your time is worth way more than the amount of money that they pay you per hour. I know my time is. Am I saying that I'm ungrateful to have a job? Nah, I'm grateful. But it's just me speaking out of my own opinion. So now you start to feel like it's sad to say, but you start to feel like a wage slave. And no matter how cool you try to be with your coworkers, how cool you try to be with your managers and X, Y, and Z, your managers can still get rid of you whenever they want, because people wake up feeling different every single day. You understand what I'm saying? Another thing too is you have to be willing to bet on yourself and learn to use your imagination more. This is why I create YouTube videos. This is why I learn, teaching myself a high income skill. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm all I got. I got God and I got myself, And I don't want somebody outside of me to ever feel like they got control over my life and what I do, Point blank, period. So, teaching myself more about the stock market. Teaching myself more about trading, Staying patient with that journey as well. You know what I'm saying? My fault, I had to make sure my dog was okay. But, yeah, a lot of things are easy to see through, And at the end of the day, like, we all gotta find a way to make it. We all gotta find a way to continue to think outside of the box and become more self-sufficient, because learning how to be more self-sufficient, learning how to create your own income, bro, it really starts off in your mind, and it really starts off with a powerful belief. Another thing too is sometimes people don't believe so much in themselves because they think that their job is their life. That's why the job wants so much of your energy, so much of your time, so much of your, literally, it's mostly just your time, And you start to feel comfortable. You start to feel like, I love these people. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, X, Y, and Z. But like I said, they can get rid of anybody in their own will, and they will not feel bad about it. You know? That's why every year jobs do job cuts. Why? So that they can, save money. That's why they're creating robots. That's why they're doing these things right in front of our faces. They don't care how many years you've been on a job. They don't care. So you gotta find a way to make it work in this economy. Like I told y'all before, like if you're creating content, if you're creating YouTube videos, monetize your videos, grind it out just like everybody else. If you're creating content on TikTok, or if whatever you're getting paid for, keep doing it, because money is super important in this human experience, bruh. When you sitting here trying to figure out how you gonna eat, when you sitting here trying to figure out how the next bill gonna get paid, you like, damn, like, I need the money. But yet people just walking around with the mentality of money is not important, money is evil, money is this, but you got a negative mindset towards money. You got a negative mindset towards something that you genuinely need. You understand what I'm saying? It's people that do evil things. It's not money, it's people. Another thing too, bro, I tell y'all, as a man, bro, you gotta get on semen retention, bro. A lot of people, continue to, like, I guess, make fun of me or tell me, like, SR, like, you crazy for going that long, or SR, or you crazy for no longer watching porn. But, like, think about how I'm taking the time out to reprogram my mind and recondition my mind, renew my mind, and, take back my power. Because I've wasted so much time and energy on spilling my seed, and I wasted so much time and energy on people pleasing and trying to, chase women and X, Y, and Z. But I'm finally, giving back to myself. I'm finally connected with myself on a deeper level. I'm doing the things that make me genuinely happy. Because we all on this planet, we all on borrowed time, bruh. So if you living your life, but you're not fulfilled, you're not happy, you start getting the negative thoughts. You start wanting to look for other outlets, look for other addictions. You start wanting to harm yourself because you're in such a negative headspace. You got to be very protective of your energy. You got to be very protective of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Nismo, look. Nismo. He looking at the other dog. But, real talk. And there's a reason why they call this the Matrix, because they want to play mind games on you, bruh. They want you to get comfortable with certain things. They want to keep you on a loop. They want other people to think for you instead of you thinking for yourself. You got to have that natural ability to be able to think for yourself, bruh. To be able to, like I said, like create new things, bring new things to life. I look at life too from like a business lens. Like, the reason why businesses succeed is because they created products. They created products for people to buy. And America itself is such a consumer-based place that you working for the money, you're putting in hours, bro. We put in hours of our life, and we spending the money. No, two dogs playing with each other. Come over here. We put in hours of our life, bro. Alright, my bad, y'all. We put in so much hours and time of our life, bro. And if jobs paid more, I feel like people would be way more happier, working a job. If you're working in the tech field, if you're working in the medical field, if you're like a fireman, a doctor, a policeman, whatever, a teacher, people should get paid more, bruh. Because even having, like, you gotta think about how much time of your life you're giving away, and it doesn't equate to the amount of income that you're making every week or every 2 weeks. And then, like I said, the majority of the income go towards the bills, bruh. So it's just like literally seeing through this matrix, seeing through this human experience, bro. Learn to find other ways. You have to, bruh. Like, us trying to depend on one source of income, bruh, that's close to zero. That's literally close to zero. You know? So we gotta find a way to make things work. Let's keep it 1,000, bruh. Let's just keep it real, bro. That's why I make sure I put some money in the stock market, because I need something generating for me. I need something working for me. Point blank, period. You know? And with trading, I'm still learning that. I'm not trying to like go all in with trading, because I still have a lot to learn, you know? Have a seat. Sit down. So, we just got to get out of this notion of money is not important or money is evil. You got to get out of that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that for myself, I want to continue to generate more income, and I got to find a way to make it work for my life. You know? I'm my savior of my life. It's God and it's me. I put God first before everything. You know? And I know that no human being on this face of this earth is going to come and save me. I got my own problems that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find a way to make things work. I gotta figure it out, bruh. You know? Life teaches you a lot. You know what I'm saying? My energy on semen retention has been benefiting me, has been helping me out. You know? And you'll start to realize a lot of things about life, bruh. And I get it. Y'all can sit there and say, well, there's some rich people on this earth that's not happy. They probably more than likely not on semen retention, and they probably try to people please a lot, bruh. They try to people please a lot. Because people, like, if somebody knows you got money, they gonna try to be your friend. They gonna try to ask you for favors because they feel like, oh, I can ask this person for money because they have it. But when you constantly people pleasing, that's not really gonna make you happy, bruh. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's not really gonna make you happy. Because you should not try to solve everybody else's problems. Tell them to put in the work. Tell them to believe in themselves just like you did. You know? I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of like insight that I get. It's a lot of downloads that I get. So yeah. I'm approaching 100 days on SR2. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my mind is getting a lot more stronger. I've been tested a lot mentally these past couple days, but I feel myself like forcing myself to level up and get to the next level and improve my life, because the rat race is a real thing. Like, being in a cycle, getting paid every 2 weeks, that only, like, you feeling like that's just your worth, and you being afraid to take the leap. Like, you cannot be fearful. You gotta just do it, you know, and let God handle the rest, bro. Like, because you never know what can happen. This video could reach 100,000 people. You never know. This video could reach 1,000 people. You never know. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, Terrence Carter. TC Talks, TC Fitness. Yes, sir.